Buying shares is actually buying ownership. In actual sense, shares are assets. So when you buy shares, you expect dividends at the end of the year. Many times people say, I'm a member of the circle. But what if I told you that owning shares is what separates a member from an owner of the circle? When members borrow and repay the loan with interest to the circle actually earns income. And guess what? At the end of the year, these interests are actually distributed to shareholders as dividends. And if you're among the shareholder in any circle, you're entitled to annual dividends according to your investments in shares. So in this video, I'm going to discuss with you why you should actually invest your money in buying shares. Remember, shares are like an asset. In actual sense, shares are assets. So when you buy shares, you expect dividends at the end of the year. Unfortunately, these dividends do not have fixed percentage. Today, the percentage might be low, and the next year, the percentage actually might be high. Shares actually make dividends, and the dividends are divided to the members according to how much the circle has made. So, ensure to buy much more shares. Remember, shares are actually real assets. Now, if you have your money today, I will give an example of 10 million Uganda shillings. And someone else has 10 million Uganda shillings as well. You decide to buy shares today, and another person decides to buy land. All of you have bought assets. But here is the difference. When you buy shares, you can actually transfer shares, but to another shareholder in the same company. Unlike land you can actually sell it to any individual outside there who has the money and is willing to buy that land. And next, you can use your shares as assets. You can use your shares as security. In case you want to get loan in that very company or organization or circle, you can actually put your shares as security to get the loan. Unlike land can be used to get money from any individual. But when it comes to shares, you can only use shares as your security in that specific circle or bank or organization where you have bought your shares from. So literally, shares can actually act as your real physical asset. More so, if you have managed to buy shares in any organization, you are entitled to dividends. But remember, those dividends come annually. Unlike land, you can only get returns on investments after you have sold entirely your piece of land. That's when you can see returns. If that land is productive and you're using it for other businesses, it can bring you money. But for shares, you are quite sure and you do not put in efforts in the process how the dividends are actually made. Your work is to invest in that circle or bank. The bank will take the initiative to lend the money to prospective borrowers, and those people will pay interest, and that's what you share at the end of the year. So, investing in shares is something very, very important. All of us, we are actually supposed to know that. Remember, if you keep growing your shares, you keep growing your investment base. So, for safety of your money, divide your money and buy shares in the available circles.